One, two, 1, 2. Well, viewer, wherever you are, we want to be very sorry for that technical hitch. It was not on our side though. It was matters to the Kenya Power and Lighting. Well, we are back anyway. We are back and we are doing the 58th minute of the game. The score still stand at 3-0 for Gor Mahia, and Bajaj Boniface has been fouled. It will be a goal kick towards Wazito FC goal area. Good one has been taken, headed by Joshua, but it's well taken care of by Ezekiel Owade. So we go on, and well, we will apologize for that like 10 or so minutes that we were off air. It was something that was well beyond us, not even the technical team. But we are now right back. Apologies for that, and the game goes on. Remember, it's still me, Nick Okelo, and King Manuel. King Manuel, we are just in the second half. No changes so far have been made by the teams. All the managers are still holding on to their teams that began the game, and we are heading to minute number 60 of the game. What's your take about this now? What should Wazito do?
Yeah, both teams coming in the second half with a bit of urgency. Wazito need the game much more. I think they played pretty well in those first 15 minutes of the second half, but they need to be a bit clinical, give a lot of pressure to that backline of Gor, because they seem not to be holding very well despite them having a 3-0 lead. Gor has to continue dominating that midfield. If you want to win any game, remember, the better defense you play, the easier for you to actually control the game. Get more possession, then you can win the match. So Wazito, on the contrary, have to push much more. Remember, when they push up, then they'll create opening in their back line, which Gor can exploit. So Blackberry on that, missing that corner kick for Gor. And Nick, as I told you, if Wazito will push up, then they'll create a vacuum on their back line, which Gor can exploit. So it's a catch-22 for them. Either they defend, which they can't, they have to attack. But remember, they have to attack early and recover on time.
Well, it's a corner that was a good run by Blackberry Odhiambo on the left wing, but again, it went out for a corner. Boniface will be taking that corner, and this is the second corner of this half. Wazito are executing a change here. I can see we'll be having Antonio Odhiambo coming in for Felix Ochieng, and we'll have jersey 31 Clinton Okoth, who will be coming in for jersey number 20 Dixon Raila. So Raila and Felix goes out, and then we have Clinton Okoth on in jersey number 31, and then we have Anthony Odhiambo jersey number 6. Then we now head straight to the to the action, where a corner is supposed to be executed by Boniface Bajaj, but I can see a player limping off. Omala has limped off the field of play, and a corner comes in here, punched out by Ezekiel Owade. The goalkeeper is vying again for it, but as you know, any touch on a goalkeeper in a field of play, that becomes a foul. Omala is down there and is receiving medication from the team doctor, Fred. I don't know what happened because I only saw him limping out. Perhaps somebody stepped on his toe. You never know. In this field of play, a lot of things happen sometimes that go unnoticed. And perhaps Omala is a casualty of some things like that. Yes, it is now Wazito launching the game. And on this left side, it's played Ibrahim Ochieng in the heart of the defense, as played on the other side, Otieno Vincent. Vincent back to Owade. Owade will play with Okwemba Stanley on the left. Okwemba will be seeking his captain, who is none other than Yusuf Mohammed. The ball is on the right wing. Wazito now will lob a good one. That's a fine one. That should be a goal. It should actually be a goal. I'm wondering why that's not a goal. Crazy. This is play from Collins Odhiambo. I mean, why did Collins Odhiambo score that? He had the goalkeeper with him. He seemed not to be knowing what to do with the ball. And again, Gadi came out, missed the timing, and it was a perfect time for him to really make the change. At the same time, I can see Austin and Macharia preparing to come in. Gor Mahia preparing a change here, which means more and more attack, because Austin is an attacking midfielder and Macharia is a winger. So chances are here that McKinstry still wants more goals. He wants to really torment the defense of Wazito. Ochoga on the ball. Ochoga finds his goalkeeper, Gad Otieno Matthew. Gad finds Bajaj, who is not able to head. You know, Bajaj is a short player. Any balls that actually high-flying balls are so disadvantageous to him. But, well, when he's put down and he's supposed to be raced upon, then Bajaj is on point for that. Throw into Wazito. Headed out for a throw-in again towards Gor Mahia goal. Omala is back in the field of play, but he seems to be limping. I can see Omala still limping. He doesn't look to be fine, even the way he's walking. And then Blackberry comes out for Austin, and Macharia will be replacing Macharia will be coming in for jersey number 27, that is Bajaj himself. Today he's been rested early, so we won't be seeing those runs in the second half. And well, like I said, Omala seems to be limping still, and as the only talisman that you have in your team, it should be worrying the coach so much, because without Omala up front, then this team really will be struggling to score goals. Macharia already in action now. An exciting dribbler of the ball. He finds Ochoga. Ochoga brings in a good one that is defended well out for a corner. Well, Macharia is known for this kind of runs, but not a goal scorer.
Nick, these are the games that Macharia will always flourish. He likes holding on to the ball, dribbling past players. Final third might not be very good, but he brings in that composure that is needed in every game. What I'm liking today, Gor 2 and 3 are moving a bit higher than what we saw in the last game against Tusker, which is always a good thing, because you need as many of your players to go on the ball up front there, then they can get a lot of goals. Remember, the league is so tight, so at some point it will come to goal difference. Gor has to take the advantage. If you get a weak team, a weaker than you like Wazito, score as much goals. Ingwe taught us a lesson last week. They got Talanta, who probably had not been paid for a year or so, as their coach had said, hit them on 6. Gor today have to try and score as much as they can, because at the end of the day, goal difference will always count in a very tight league.
Well, speaking about Talanta, the coach said, and
take the time and look at the goal, just throw the ball home. Don't use a lot of energy, because at times you don't need to use a lot of energy. Place the ball and you get the goal. That is the difference between the two players, but all of them, funny enough, play for the same team.
Well, King Manuel, some nice analysis there about the two players. I think Kavuchi is still a work in progress. Hopefully, it will get there. Now the ball is with Alpha Onyango. Alpha Onyango goes down. Is not able to control the ball in midfield. It's now again with Wazito. Wazito have their number 27, Ibrahim Ochieng, doing the job, and an infringement spotted in the midfield. Yeah, speaking about Kavuchi, Lloyd Kavuchi was in a Gor Mahia youth and is known as a good forward, as not a striker really one-on-one, but as a winger. So Simiti goes for the ball on the other end, but then plays it out for a throw-in. Simiti Geoffrey, another one who is so consistent in this team. The referee now whistles that for offside. Gor Mahia will have a chance to take on this, but the game has seriously slowed down. I don't see Wazito chasing for at least a redemption here, even if it's a goal. Gor as well seems to be contented with this 3-0, and they want just to now manage the game.
This game reminds me of yesterday's game between Sampdoria and Inter, a game that was touted to be on fire. First half, both teams were playing very well, but in the second half, it was a walking pace. Game ended 0-0. Nobody could believe that Inter would have let that chance to go near to AC Milan in the Italian Serie A slip. Now, both teams here, Gor and Wazito, are not playing to the best of our ability. Probably fatigue setting in. You remember they played back-to-back, week in, week out, every Wednesday, and the games are going to get thicker. They're going to come fast after this, because remember, cup competition by the FKF Federation as well coming. So both teams have to ensure that they maintain their fitness of their players, and that's why you've seen Gor having a lot of changes. Wazito could complain that they've gone over 500 kilometers to reach the capital city of Nairobi. A bit colder where they are in Moroni. They've come back here, come to Nairobi. It's hotter, 33, 34 degrees centigrade, but they've given a good show for themselves in the second half, holding their own, not to allow Gor to score another goal.
Well, nice. It's Ochuga now, Paul, and he plays Joshua. Joshua again here plays Ochieng. Ochieng looks onto that end, and the ball is now with Austin. Austin fails to control that. It was such a good pass in the midfield. Now, again, with Regan Okoth for Wazito. Wazito still have the ball in midfield. They are passing it well. Wazito still on the ball. Captain Yusuf. But Macharia seems to be dealing with him on this other wing. Well, again, if you look at the games Gor Mahia is meant to be playing in the next two games, playing against the disciplined forces, that is KDF over the weekend, and it will be a competition of KDFs. There's Kogalo Defense Force, and then there's the Kenya Defense Force. So they call it a derby of forces. A derby of forces there. The ball goes to guard in Gor Mahia's goal. Derby of forces. Ulinzi actually right now sitting in number 7, I think, in the log. Not so much in form, but Kenya Police is a hard nut to crack.
Kenya Police, I told you last week, they're called Police Saint-Germain. They have all the players, former international, Kenya international, players who played for big teams locally. They played for big teams out of the country. You have Rupia, you have Kahata, you have Miheso. All those are household names, players that anyone would need in their lineup. But what I'm liking about the Gor team, they've gelled over a period of time. Came from the youth. Nobody was sure that this team can hold itself in this new year. They're proving that age is nothing but a number. Now they've played 14 games together. They're getting better like wine. And that is the difference between now Gor and Police. Police, of course, are going to come with, with all the paraphernalia, all the servicemen who are available, not on duty, will actually come and fill the stadia. But when it comes to the battle of the forces, Kogalo Defense Force and the National Police Service, the winner can only be one. And your guess is as good as mine. I won't say it on air. I don't want to be called biased. But on that day, we'll be here with you. And I'm sure everybody watching us will want to see that game. And we'll be here live next week to give you that game between the two big teams in the Kenya Premier League.
Well, they are called Police Saint-Germain. That is PSG, the Kenyan PSG, Police Saint-Germain. King Manuel, that's very funny. Only because Wakina Kahata, Wakina Nani are there. Yeah, Musa Mohammed. I mean, is like the former Gor Mahia team playing there. I mean, the present Gor Mahia team will be meeting the former Gor Mahia team because Musa Mohammed was a captain here. Shakava was a captain here. We have Kahata, we have Miheso, we have, you know, just name them. And it's going to be an interesting time to really watch. Now they break down on the left, and I can see that is Regan. Regan then takes a weird kind of cross off target. And indeed, this one points at a team that really might not make serious statement on this game, or in this game rather. We are doing, we have like another 10 minutes to go. The second half has not been with so much firepower, and the teams have been rather too slow. And seems Wazito are planning to do a change here. I can see the Gor Mahia coach in the technical area shouting instructions to his team. And he seems to be okay with what is happening right now. It's going to be, if it remains the same, it's 3 points for him, and 3 points, 3 goals and 3 points for him, and that would be okay. Uchuga to Masharia. Masharia finds Sydney, and that's an handball. That's if it's a VR should have actually shown that to be a handball. But then the referee has the last say. They say the referee has the last say in these games. But from where we sit, I would really spot a position of a penalty, because the player went down swinging with his hands not in natural position, and that by law counts for a penalty. And in the absence of Omala, I don't know who would be taking penalties for Gor Mahia again.
I think Masharia would take it. Fleet-footed left player. But that should have been a penalty for Gor Mahia. That hand clearly was out of position, out of the natural position next to the body. And the rules are very clear. I hope one day, and I'm sitting next to Keke, and you know, I want him to tell us that one day we will have VR in Kenya. We hope that VAR will not be used in the Mashemeji derby, because I don't know which team will allow a penalty to be taken after going through the video referee. But it will be exciting for teams in Africa, you know, just to enjoy what is happening in Europe. You know, when you go Europe, things are very sophisticated, and you know, referees there, you know, and the line of duty, they actually take due care. Gor there, Austin with the ball, giving a cross, and that poor cross by Austin. Again, Austin not playing to the capability we know him. You know, he was a good player when he played for Ingwe a few years back before crossing over to Gor Mahia. But he landed here, and probably the money was just good enough for him, not working too hard.
Yeah, that's now an open secret here. And I think Gor Mahia must have been told to just slow down the game now and ensure they don't concede. They ensure they have the control of the game at any given time. Yes, you've spoken about the video assistant referee, the VAR, that perhaps would come here at one time. And we have with us here Ken Okaka. Ken Okaka from the Federation is a guy who can tell us whether we'll be having VAR anytime soon. Ken Okaka, what do you make of this? Oh, he says he will talk later about that. But then I think it's something that an infringement has been spotted now. Kavushi goes down there. This is about 25 yards of the goal area, and now it needs somebody who perhaps can be clinical in this. I remember Francis Kahata, Mwana wa Wanjiro, was a perfect taker of this kind of balls. Let's see what happens. I can therefore now see Masharia lining up there. I can see Wahongo Sydney lining up there. And seems everywhere 4 players to 5 players on the Gor Mahia side are on this. Let's see how they execute this foul. Perhaps they have a plan. Sydney goes out. Macharia remains here. I can see that's out. Again, Austin Odhiambo, like you said, is not having a good match today. Austin Odhiambo not having a good match today. The goalkeeper now plays to Okwemba Stanley. Okwemba Stanley back to goalkeeper Owade. Owade plays Dennis Owino. Owino plays a long one into the midfield. Taken by Wazito again. Peter Luasa trying to vie for the ball, not able. Wazito still controlling this ball in the midfield. Again to Owino. Owino to Owade. Owade here plays it to his central defender. And back to Owino. Owino finds Ibrahim Ochieng. Ibrahim Ochieng is not able to control that, and the ball goes out for a throw-in, I think. On this other end, I can see Gor Mahia lining up to make a change again. This is none other than Oudu Peter. Peter Oudu will be coming in now. I can see he's being prepared for the last 5 minutes of the game. Oudu will be here. And now Wazito play it out, but Macharia intervenes.
And Nick, even as we wrap up the game, I think there are a few guys I need to pick up on the YouTube page. Winnie Otieno, Sigola Nyakwa, Evans Olwoko, Charles Owiti, and then we have Bonnie K. Ochieng, Tom Buana, we can see you there as well. We have Oscar Ogweno, Dao Obsco, and many guys who are watching on the YouTube page and also giving us on the live chat. Charles Chalo as well, I can see you there. Thank you for being with us for this game. Many more to come, even as we continue showing you Gor Mahia games live on Gor Mahia TV.
Well, King Manuela, we big up them who are on live chat with us now. If you are watching this game right now, Alpha Onyango is going out and Oudu Peter will be coming in. Yeah, it's time that if you're watching us live, it's time now to just hit the subscribe buttons. Hit the subscribe button. I can see again there is Ford Gueda is locked. Samuel Otieno says congratulations Gor Mahia. Winnie Atieno says Winnie Atieno, not Otieno, please. Winnie corrects you, King Manuel. David Olo Kogalo Sirikal watching from Nyali Mombasa, Kevo Wudadori, and then Amos Ogola is also watching. Victor Owino watching as well. We have Winnie Atieno, congratulations Gor Mahia, proud of you guys. And then Nakisho Frida also say Gor wameamua. Indeed, real achievement requires tenacity. Thank you very much. Rosa Tieno, congratulations to my team. Martin Mahia, and then Dao Obsco says perfect. Collins Konyango, Tom Mitna, which says he loves it in Doluo. And we have Philip Miawa, this is a journalist. Philip Miawa, a fellow journalist, we worked with him at Lolwe TV and is now with Mayenga FM. Big up, man. And I can see also Electron Nyawalo, just hit the subscribe button there on this YouTube channel so that we keep giving you updates anytime they come. Just hit the subscribe button now and we go on. Wycliffe Okinyi, congratulations Kogalo Sirikal, watching live from Gatundu. This is Peter Kush from Gatundu all the way. And then Richard Tamaro from Hub Karen, the Hub. Thank you very much. And Nick, good job. This is Kennedy Pedo. Thank you for congratulating us in this good job. John Karuru, Kazi Ipo, Celestino Kumu, good work Kogalo. Yes, back in the field of play, it's Macharia John who is infringed upon, and now the referee points at a foul. Joshua Nyamondo, admin, Tunaonyesha game ya Gor na Ulinzi. Okay, this game of Gor and Ulinzi, we have to seek permission from Ulinzi because it's their game. We only have audacity about our games, but when you are playing against the rest, but be sure you will watch the game on this YouTube channel and on Gor TV. So just keep it locked here. Just hit the subscribe button. Just keep hitting it, subscribe. So for any notification, for any updates, you will be the first person to get it live here on Gor Mahia TV. Yes, it's Mashari again. Mashari now finds Kavuchi. Kavuchi would launch something here. Kavuchi dances and shoots. It's a corner. It's a corner. Dances so well. Is a lanky player. Is tall. Yeah. And now Masharia goes to execute the corner. We are doing just like the next 2 or 3 minutes of the regular time, and we would be closing. Lucas Juma as well. Nice game of Gor Mahia. And George Mitmaratari from Eldoret, he says, and it's a goal. And it's a goal. Now John scores. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. Masharia gives a very nice corner that John takes that and it's a nice header. Wazito will have to collect another goal here. It's now 4-0 for Gor Mahia. And even without Omala, they can still get goals.
It reminds me of one thing. One guy on social media called Gibson Older says Wazito came to Nairobi for nothing. Gor Mahia 4, Wazito 0. And what a game by Gor. Now they've cemented their place in the top of the table. I think one of the biggest victory, if it's going to stay that way, by Gor Mahia. Congratulations. And Jonte coming in very solid in that midfield. A good player, I think a player of stature. And we want to see more of him and more attack by Gor, even as the game comes to an end.
Well, a goal that actually is coming at the very end of the second half and makes it 4-0 for Gor Mahia. And that's another resounding victory. As it is right now, Wazito might not do so much. They are playing to run down the clock and ensure that the game ends as it is. And that's fantastic from the Gor Mahia side. Gerald Ogutu, wapesi wamejua hao sio Wazito. Okay, Wazito wamejua hao ni wepesi. Thank you, Gerald. And Odhiambo Elvins Kogalo, it's true, Mahia spirit is still alive. Thank you very much. And then we have Gimo Production. He was Zito. I mean, they're coming fast and furious, you know. These comments are now running, fast and furious. Boni Kochieng, well done, boys. Thank you, Boni Kochieng. This is an ardent Gor Mahia fan and an Arsenal fan who is enjoying this game from this end. Another goal there. Kavuchi now takes on the defenders. Lloyd Kavuchi has the ball but goes out for a corner. Again, Kavuchi doesn't have the very fast his foot, rather feet sluggish and really doesn't bring in what we want. A short corner has been taken now. Masharia John again. Masharia John again shoots but goes way off. Collins Konyango, hii imeenda. Collins Konyango says hii imeenda. And then Lucas Juma, hii ligi ni ya Gor, hii imeenda. Ford Gwede, the husband of teams. You know, Gor Mahia is called Chur Timbe in Dholuo, and Chur Timbe is actually the husband of teams, which means Gor Mahia marries all the teams in the league, and now it remains Chur Timbe, as they call it, as they call the team. So Chur Timbe all the way. Play to Geoffrey Ocheng Simiti. Simiti now releases the ball to Gad. Gad has not conceded in as many games, and Gor Mahia have conceded only 5 goals so far in this league. And it's not a bad statistic, if you ask me, for a team that is vying for the league. I think it's good. The other team that has conceded less goals is the Kenya Police. And now a ball has been lobbed there, but runs out of play. Yes, King.
Ingwe as well. Levis Opio from Ingwe, the goalkeeper, is now competing with Gad and the Kenya Police goalkeeper on the most clean sheets in the Kenya Premier League. So we'd want to see if either Gor or Ingwe can take the golden gloves by the end of the season, and then we hope Omala will be back fit to take the golden boot. What a resounding league it will be, back to the 2 traditional teams, Gor and Ingwe, doing in the league. Remember, it's like Yanga and Simba in Tanzania in form. Nobody should come in between the 2 teams.
Yeah, it's great. Actually, Gad is enjoying some good form as well. He's not been conceding goals. And the ball is with Wazito now. Wazito play their number 6. They'll be releasing their player, but the ball goes out of play. Yes, as we roll down the minutes, the fourth official and a sub is coming. I mean, a sub coming at this hour. Why would a sub come at this really at this minute really when the game is ended? Perhaps it's an injury or something like that. We are looking at the league right now, and guys are sending in even more chats. Yeah, it's now Vincent Mbogo says calf material. Rosa Tieno, congratulations, Kogalo. Owiti Charles, Valentine Day, well made. Mayengo Piny. You know, Gor Mahia, they call it Mayengo Piny. And it shakes the world. And that's a translation from the Luo dialect. Then we have Paul Otieno. Subs are also used for time-wasting tactics. I don't know who is wasting. Okay, Nick seems to be giving us this. Thank you very much. Kevo Wodadori, good production. Thank you. Yanga SC. I don't know why somebody is mentioning Yanga here. But talking about Yanga and Simba, they've not given a good account of themselves right now in the CAF Continental tournaments. What do you think about it?
I think CAF Continental Championships are only waiting for Gor. And even as we talk about that, the referee of the day calls it a day. Gor, having played their heart out, 4-0 winners against Wazito, all the way from Muhoroni, coming into Nairobi. And I know Adagala is not a happy man. Adagala should be complaining about the game. And actually, I'm seeing the teams coming together and shaking hands. What a good spirit of the game, Nick. I think it has been absolutely fantastic. A good afternoon, and thank you all who have been watching. I'm sure we'll be able to catch up with you even as the games keep on going on. I return it back to Nick to close it for the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can see Tom Buana, Nick, Wabiro Goi, Duncan Onyango. Yes, it's the end of it all at the Moi Sports International Kasarani. We have been watching a game against Gor Mahia and Wazito FC. This game has ended in 4-0. Omala scoring a hat-trick. I can see Omala limping and doesn't look good for him. And then we also have Jonte, who has added the 4th goal. We'll be here again to do the same. And please just hit the subscribe button to always get the notifications right here. Yes, Gor Mahia goes to 33 points in the league. And now with a game in hand. Yes, they say sometimes when Gor Mahia sits there, it's a problem to dethrone them. Let's see how it pans out. From me and the crew in Kasarani, my co-commentator, King Manuel, we say thank you very much for having been with us here. For all the live chats that have come here, thank you very much, and we honor you, we celebrate you always. We are going out for the end of time, the post-match interview. So keep it here. It's been nice being with you. From Gor TV, I've been your commentator, Nick Okelo. Till we meet again, thank you very much.
Niaje wase, welcome to yet another how-to video brought to you by SportPesa. Leo nawafunza how to register on our platform. The first way is via SMS. So how do you do it? You just send the word accept to 79079. And just like that, you can start playing with us. The second method you can register is via our USSD. How do you do it? Dial star 790 hash and then follow the instructions. The third and final way that you can register is through online registration. So you can register on the website or download the app. Visit our website, which is ke.sportpesa.com, click on register now and follow the instructions. The second method that you can register via online registration is through the app. Kwa website, click on download app, install it in your phone. After you install the app, click on register and follow the instructions. Wase, kumbukeni, you can play with as little as 10 shillings. Na kumbuka, you can also share your bet with your friends. Mkathunge na mabeshte. Niaje wase, welcome to yet another
Huyu fan anasema amekaa kutafuta mtu. Sijui kama umeoa.
Nimeamua hii 2023 tukifunga at least nipate bwana, at least niolewe. Kwa sababu tumekuja kusupport.
Mimi naye niko engaged. Na niko na bibi wawili, moja ako Bondo, moja ako na Nairobi.
Mimi naishi Utawala.
Na kuambia tu utaolewa. Watu ni wengi.
Lakini pia nikipata mtu kama wewe naweza bambika pia bado.
Nikuongeze niko na bibi wanne, utakuwa namba 5.
Haina shida, naweza kuwa bora tu ni vizuri.
Huyu fan anasema amekaa kutafuta mtu. Sijui kama umeoa.
Nimeamua hii 2023 tukifunga at least nipate bwana, at least niolewe. Kwa sababu tumekuja kusupport.
Mimi naye niko engaged. Na niko na bibi wawili, moja ako Bondo, moja ako na Nairobi.
Mimi naishi Utawala.
Na kuambia tu utaolewa. Watu ni wengi.
Lakini pia nikipata mtu kama wewe.
Niaje wase, welcome to yet another